Oh, feelings, Weasley, alright?
How's feelings?
Yeah, I'll be going out for keeper as well. It's nothing personal.
Really? Strapping guy like you've got more of a beater's build, don't you think? Keepers need to be quick, agile.
I like my chances. Say, think you could introduce me to your friend Granger? Wouldn't mind, getting on a first-name basis, know what I mean?
The Hermione Ron thing, like you mentioned, Ron's got a new girlfriend, this Lavender character who's shown up and rocked the boat somewhat. Now, please don't tell me that it's taken another girl to enter his life for Hermione to finally realise that maybe she actually quite likes him.
Well, I think it helps. I do think she does realise it's kind of, at the beginning of this story, she is kind of starting to realise, but I think Lavender probably kind of, she confirms it.
Where is he? Where's my mom? Has he been asking for me? What's she doing here? Don't ask you this in question. What happened to his parent? Don't happen to be his friend.
Romance is most definitely in the air at Hogwarts, and rocking the boat is the antithesis to Miss Granger, the impossibly girly Lavender Brown, played by newcomer Jessie Cave.
Talk about Lavender then. Lavender, how does she fit into the Potter story?
Well, she's Ron Weasley's rather kind of strange first girlfriend, and not a very good choice of first girlfriend. I think that it is genuine kind of love for him, and I think she does get crushed in the end but she does ruffle up Hermione's feathers quite a lot, so she kind of acts as a catalyst in instigating Ron and Hermione to eventually get together, so she actually is of use.
This is the Splendificus, if I might, Gryffindor common room at Hogwarts. Now, this is the same common room they've had right from the first movie, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, still being used now. And everything here is used to help the actors really feel immersed in the Harry Potter world. For example, there's this here, an empty bottle of pumpkin juice. There's playing cards here. You can open any box, not just a box with a miniature croquet set in. I imagine they cut that scene in favour of Quidditch. And here, we've got these. Now, these are fantastic. Entire comic strips featuring characters made up entirely for the movie that the actors can sit here between scenes and read. In this instance, The Adventures of Martin Miggs, the Mad Muggle. I mean, it really is quite a special place. There's even some apples that are covered in dust. That's been here since the first film. See, after the break, we're interviewing more cast and crew as we continue our magical mystery journey through Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince.
Welcome back to Sky Movies' rather special look behind the scenes of Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. Now, the corridors of Hogwarts may be filled with romance and teenage angst, but there is also a distinctly darker atmosphere hanging in the air, particularly between Harry and his arch-nemesis, Draco Malfoy.
Malfoy has always been an antagonist to Harry.
Before, it's always been sort of, it's playground rivalry, and it's kind of bullying, and it's chatting, but it's nothing actually, that bad. In this one, it becomes a much more violent, kind of really hateful relationship they have in terms of two people who actually, given half a chance, would kill each other.
Did you, as the director, sort of have time to spend with Tom, who plays Draco, to help him sort of develop the character and feel confident, I guess, with this much bigger role?
By Harry Potter standards or any movie standards, it's a very compelling role. And quite a difficult role, and Tom's really kind of brought it alive. He's the kind of villain who comes in and everyone hates him. And in this, I wanted, and I think Tom felt the same way, for the audience to start to empathise with him a wee bit, to kind of understand that what he's dealing with is actually really difficult.
Philosopher's Stone, Malfoy has an evil rating of 1.
Yeah.
What are we saying for Half-Blood Prince? What's his evil rating? Go
well,
up to 10.
I've got to leave him somewhere to go for the 7th film, haven't I? So I'd probably say, about an 8.5. We're doing halves?
Yeah,
8.5 then. 8.5 for this one.
You can go to a smaller fraction if you need to.
No, I'm happy with 8.5. I'm happy.
8.5.
Yeah.
Wow, that's evil. Draco, much bigger role in this film. How do you feel that he's sort of developed to this stage where I guess he's more evil than ever?
That's a big statement, Alex, but it's true, I'd say, yeah. I think in previous he's always been slightly two-dimensional in the respect that he was just an annoying guy who didn't like Harry's fame and fortune, if you will. And now he's been given the opportunity to sort of be the chosen one, but for the dark side rather than the good, and he revels in the opportunity to be the chosen one, if you will, but equally his heart isn't quite up to the standards of young Harry, so he's not so successful.
He's just a boy.
I can't change the Dark Lord's mind. But it might be possible for me to help Draco.
Severus, swear to it. Make the unbreakable vow. Will you, Severus Snape, watch over Draco Malfoy as he attempts to fulfill the Dark Lord's wishes?
I will.
If Draco should fail, will you yourself carry out the deed the Dark Lord has ordered Draco to perform?
I will.
I spoke to Daniel and he gave Draco a evil rating
Go on.
out of 10. So let's start.
I'm intrigued.
Philosopher's Stone. Now that's an evil rating of 1, so we're going from there.
Okay.
How evil do you think Draco is in this film, The Half-Blood Prince? Up to 10. That's the maximum.
It's not a maximum, because I like to think that there's a fair bit of sympathising to do with young Draco, because he's more or less been put a gun to his head and told what to do. It's not all out of choice, but certainly he's up there with the 8s and the 7s, I'd say. I don't know what Dan gave me, but I'd definitely say up there.
What are you going to go for?
I'm going to go for an 8, I've decided.
An
yeah.
8?
I was, an 8 out of 10, yeah.
Very close.
Really?
Very. He gave you 8.5.
Oh, well, if you had told me that we were allowed to use decimals, I would have completely changed it.
Well, you're only 0.5 out. Clearly, you think Draco's not quite as evil as he thinks.
He really
Draco
is. Well, I should take it as a compliment.
What has been the most challenging scene that you've had to film for this film?
The astronomy tower at the end was a really big scene. There's obviously a lot of dialogue and emotion and so forth, but we were working with Alan Rickman, Helena, and Michael all at the same time, and it's quite hard to stay concentrating when you're surrounded by these people. That was definitely the most fun, as well as challenging for the sake of you can't help but feel you're in the presence of godly like status when it comes to actors.
Weasley's Wizard Wheezers, the joke shop set up by the Weasley brothers. Very exciting. I've got a puking pastel from within. It's not edible. No, it's not edible, but it's just one of the many sweets in that shop. Look, more plastic ice cream. Looks delicious, completely inedible. It's Florian Fortescue's ice cream. This is like a Potter fan's dream. Walking down Diagon Alley. Wanted posters for Death Eaters. Wow. Basically, I'm not allowed to go any further, really, because just over there, which is why I'm whispering, they're shooting a scene in which Harry and the gang trail Malfoy down this alley, somewhere down here. He might well be going to buy a puking pastel, but chances are he's up to something far more evil. I'm gonna go watch. You have to stay, I'm afraid.
All right, here we go. Rehearsing. Let's. Roll video. And action.
What have I dragged you away from specifically today?
Today we're doing this scene at Ollivander's One Shop, which has been blown out by all these Death Eaters, and Harry and Ron and Hermione discover it, and then they see Draco Malfoy up to no good.
And then